What's going on, everyone? In my lifetime, I've probably spent a lot of money. I'm saying probably thousands of dollars just playing video games, buying video games, and even before I started making money, I probably had a lot of video games for that. My name is Ver, and I'm a millennial. I'd be very surprised if you have not heard of Gamestop and you happen to be watching this video. Growing up, I used to pre-order a lot of my games. Like I used to pre-order the next Call of Duty. I would wait in line at midnight just to get my game and then go play it at home and then have to go to sleep before school starts the next morning. I used to do all those things before everything went digital. Because of that, I happened to be browsing YouTube the other day and I found this video, The Rise and Fall of GameStop. I totally stopped shopping at GameStop, but I do recall it being a huge part of my life growing up before I went to college, before I started just downloading my video games. But I was really curious what this video is about. Let's check this video out, destroy the like button, and yeah, let's get into this video.
With more people stuck indoors and craving entertainment thanks to lockdowns across the country, you'd think that video game retailer GameStop would be thriving. But
that's true, like you would think, because everyone's indoors now. Like I've been working from home for almost 6 months now. I would imagine game stores would be through the roof, but let's see what the video says.
The coronavirus pandemic has decimated the already struggling chain.
Ooh, we gotta bleep that out because we don't want to be demonetized. I'm totally kidding. I'm not even monetized yet, but if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel too because I'm pretty close to my 1,000 subs.
GameStop's core business is selling new and used software and hardware to video game enthusiasts. But the video game retail chain has fallen on hard times.
See, that's exactly what I said. Like I used to always say, I need a physical copy. There's nothing better than having a physical copy, a case, a disc that I can pop into my video console. You know, you just download the game. I don't even have a disc drive on my current computer, so why would I buy a video game at the store anymore?
GameStop has been feeling the pressure. As of 2019, GameStop's same-store sales declined in 3 of the last 40 years. COVID-19 has only added to the company's woes. In the second quarter of 2020, same-store sales fell by more than 12% from the prior year.
Wow, look at this. So GameStop same-store sales, look at Q4 just in last year, even before the illness hit. It was down over 25%.
With a majority of locations open to limited customer access or curbside delivery. But it isn't all bad news for GameStop. With stores shut down, its second quarter 2020 global online sales increased more than 800% from the year prior.
Oh, there you go. See, 800% the year compared to the year prior. That makes sense. E-commerce sales, like all online, you go pick it up or it gets delivered. Okay, so my bad. That could have been clearer.
And the company is eagerly awaiting the launch of the next generation of consoles from Microsoft and Sony, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, did you see, like, oh my gosh, if you go online right now, like I'm part of a bunch of these buy-sell trade groups, there are so many scalpers trying to slang PS5s and Xbox Series X's for like over $1,000. I think the going price is $1,200 for a $400 MSRP PS5. Just build a PC. You get better hardware for the same price or even cheaper.
In 2000, GameStop attracted even more gamers to the store by launching a buy-sell-trade program, allowing customers to trade in their old video games to buy new ones.
Oh man, look at that, the old PS2. I had the PS2. I remember my mom got one of the first, either 3 or 4 from the Walmart in my hometown. The thing is though, PlayStations didn't come with memory cards. You actually had to buy a memory card separately. If you know about the games these days, you can auto-save and it saves the game automatically, right? But back then, you had to buy a separate memory card just to save your progress so you didn't lose it. Like I would pop in a game of, I don't know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I'd play throughout the whole game. I'd turn it off. I'd turn it back on. All my was gone. And I was like, God damn.
Gaming culture was your thing. It was kind of a nice moment, a place of belonging.
That is true. Whenever we went to the mall, me and my fiance, whenever we went to the mall, I would always be like,
let's go to the GameStop real quick.
And she'd be like,
why you gotta go into the GameStop? Like, you're not gonna buy anything.
I'm like, calm. This is just what I do.
On December 24th, 2007, the stock closed at an all-time high of $63, more than double the amount from a year earlier. And the company had a market cap of almost $10 billion.
Hold on a second. Let's back up here. December 24th, 2007. A peak price of $63 a share. What are they right now? GameStop. GameStop stock price. Holy cow. Look at that. $11. Yeah, so it's just been downhill forever. So here we go. This is right 2007. Then you had September 2008, right before the crash happened.
But it might have been GameStop that had the most at stake. Next generation console releases are a big moneymaker for GameStop.
That was crazy. I remember when I got my Xbox One, it was the year of 2013 Christmas.
So digital downloads appeal to convenience-oriented customers who want the game, but they don't necessarily care about the package. And convenience as in if the game comes out like Call of Duty at midnight on Friday, which is Thursday night, midnight, then my God, you can start playing it at 12:01 because it's downloaded in the background 6 hours earlier, and they just activate it at the time.
Yeah, dude, like I remember seeing online, there was one of my friends on social media who was complaining that they pre-ordered, I think, Call of Duty, and then it was supposed to be delivered on release day, but the physical copy didn't get to her until 2 days later.
In March 2019, Google announced a new streaming service called Stadia. The $9.99 a month subscription allows enthusiasts to play high-end video games without purchasing pricey computers or consoles.
That was pretty game changer. I remember when it was announced at E3 or one of the conventions, just the concept of not having a game console, not having any hardware to play games in 4K streaming. You just pay the monthly, similar to Netflix, Hulu, Spotify. It doesn't make any sense to pay for Xbox Live or PSN or any of those things, and you have to buy the hardware, paying almost $400 to $500 for that, or the $1,200 from scalpers.
The second-hand games business is the thing that they made all of their money from. And what you had, say, 10 years ago was a 15, 16-year-old going in there with their old games, trading them in and buying a new game. They weren't getting a particularly good deal because that's just the way that GameStop operated.
Yeah, that little note he says right there, where that's not how GameStop operates, like you don't get a good deal on trading in your old video games, it's kind of messed up. Like you could go in there, you could buy a $60 game, because they average $60 per game now, brand new, and then you could open it, go back in and say, I didn't even play it, but you opened it, and they're going to give you only like barely $20 for it. Like it's a joke.
And it's good margin. It's about $1 billion business, so it's a meaningful contributor to their profits. And the thing is, they don't really sell.
Look at these kids. They're all playing the game. Like that used to be me and my cousins and my relatives. We'd just be at the party while the parents are over here talking, gossip or whatever, and we'd all have our Nintendo DSs or PlayStation Portables or Game Boys, whatever. We'd be over here, just in the small corner, playing our video games, being like, "Hey, you want to trade your Pikachu?"
During the launch of Sony's PlayStation 3 in November 2006, GameStop reported fourth quarter sales increased 38% from the year prior.
It was so cool about the PS3 when it launched in 2006. I was just beginning high school that year, and that's when I got my my copy of Black Ops. But the PlayStation 3, or at least the original ones that got sold, you had the $400 version, and then there was a $300 version. Cool thing is, both of those PlayStation 3s played PlayStation 1 games and PlayStation 2 games. I have Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I have Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9.
There's a common theme on Wall Street that any company that can be made obsolete by digital distribution should be obsolete and will be obsolete. And yet, realistically, the game business is a little different because of that trade-in value.
You see, the thing is, it's like any of those loyal followers that need a physical disc or cartridge or whatever it is to play a game, they're going to eventually not want to do that because, I'm one of them. But, there are people who are going to stay on it. If they do, great. But the annoying part is, at least on the current gen before PS5 and Xbox X, you still had to have the game, put it into the console, you'd have to wait for it to install, and then you can play the game. Versus you just download the game and then install it and you're done. So like, for example, if you were to buy a used game, sure, you buy a used game, but then if you go home, pop it into your console, it's not going to play instantly. You have to still install it. So, like, what's the point of it? I mean, in terms of just the usability and just the convenience, it doesn't make sense for the physical copy. I really don't know. Also, discs can get scratched. Does anyone remember like breathing on your disc, rubbing out the scratches, or putting it in the freezer?
As long as there are trade-ins, there is a big chunk of the population.
Yo, check it out right there, bottom right corner, Tony Hawk Underground 2. That's a classic right there.
Game disc is a $20 bill, and they aren't going to let that go for nothing.
That is true. You're not going to let go of your physical copies of discs just for nothing. I mean, you could give them away for free, you could donate them, but if you go into a GameStop, why would you let go of them for free? It doesn't make sense. Well, anyways, guys, like I play a lot of video games still. A lot of the games I play now are on my computer. They're free. Like, I haven't spent money on a new video game in a couple years now. I think the last game I bought was Call of Duty Black Ops 4 or Battlefield 5. I haven't bought a new game at all this year, even in the midst of this pandemic. I've just been playing the free games, and if I want to buy a skin, I buy a skin. So I guess I spent some money on some video games. But anyways, thanks so much for watching the video. I really hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already done so, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, notification bell. Here's my Instagram. I post there from time to time, whether it's about video games, Yu-Gi-Oh!, anything that is of my flavor. And if you enjoy that, you can find me there. One last thing, go to millennial.investments after this video in your browser. Type in millennial.investments. Sign into there for a newsletter for more content in the future from me and a couple friends of mine. That'll come out in the new year. Anyways, let's get to work.
Bye.